All right, so here's the 2021 Silverado. And I'm gonna, for this video, show you the custom overlanding setup that it has. So we have a 12-volt fridge right here. Had this running for a couple years now. Works great. It's wired into a panel right here where we've got access to water, lights, and fridge, and then this one's blank. And then there's some other accessories available. So the first drawer, this is the main drawer for the kitchen. It's slid out to a lock position. With a sink at the end, I'll show you. I have the 3-burner stove. And I'll show the gas hookup in a second. And then we built in silverware drawer. And storage for, in here we kept dry goods as well as pots and pans. We're in Arizona, so didn't keep too much in the pantry, just it's too hot for a large part of the year. And here we have the sink. And I'll show the hookup here just one sec. Okay, so the sink is hooked up, and it's hooked up via this hose where I've got the water fill and water out. And you can do it with quick disconnects, but I found it's just easier to thread them in. And then underneath, we have a quick disconnect here. There's one on the right, that's for gas. I'll show that in a second. Quick disconnect here. I have a little bag for collecting water. We found this was the easiest way. Keep it simple, and we'll just store that directly in the sink. And we put our dish soap and whatever other things you'd like to put in these little containers here. So we just keep the dish soap here. And there's actually, these expand out and they hold it just fine. Trust me, because I only have one hand. And then the pump is on right now. So right here, this is the water pump. And you'll hear it when it first primes. It's not on at the sec, or it's on right now, but you'll hear it now as I turn it on. And that's 10 gallons of water as the primary water. And I did carry extra there. You see you've got the green cans, and those are able to refill as you need. I'll show you more of the plumbing in a deeper dive video. Okay, so just close it up, just unlock it and push it in. Oh, but first you gotta undo the water. So I've disconnected, or I've turned it off, so there's still gonna be pressure. And then, so that's it. So now finish. Okay, now I'll unlock and push it in. All right, that happens. Forget to fold that. I actually have extras of these just for that reason, like this one's bent. And that drawer is closed. And then I'm just gonna pick this up, and actually I keep this stuff in the sink itself. Okay, so the kitchen side, we have it put away, put the water away, and here's the fridge side. You can pull that out the full length. We actually generally keep it in, I'll show you now. But generally we're keeping it right about there as an additional wind block when cooking. So kind of had it lean up against here. That was our most common method. And that way we could access the fridge, which you can keep as a freezer. So it's kind of one or the other. And right here you can see the temperature right now, it's at 41. And then this is just general storage. So we keep our bathroom stuff here, and we put some groceries, when we throw in stuff for the trip. And then this drawer is this much shorter. As you see, it's open back here, and that's because that's where one of the 100 amp hour batteries is stored, is at the back of where this drawer would go. So let me fold these up and show you some of the other goodies. All right, one of the other goodies is you'll find all kinds of very clever things placed throughout. Right now the lights are on. See, I've got lights up top here. Lights actually go along the side through here as well, and on the tailgate. And then there's actually lights on the 270 awning as well. In here, this is where I keep the 270 awning poles. You don't need them, but in windy conditions, they're nice. You can keep it in the box here, but I found it to be annoying, so I kept them separate. There's other things bolted to the top, fire extinguisher. There is the shovel, and then the cell phone range extender. Up here I have an axe as well, and those will all go with the sail. This is part of the RSI Smart Top. Just right here you have a table that pulls out. And let me just pause and fold that out, show you. So I just pulled the table out from here, and now you have a table available for you when camping. This is stainless steel again, with aluminum. All right, so with two hands, I just fold up the table, and then it literally just goes right here, locks in, and then you lock it, and that's it. Table's locked in. So you got propane mounted here. I should have shown that in the first, but I will show that in a second for the tanks. First battery, primary battery is here. Second battery I have here. I added a second battery this year because I got an e-mountain bike and I want to be able to charge off of it. So we have a DC-AC converter. I think this is 1,000 watt. We have a solar charger here as well for the 200 watts of solar on the roof. Got an extra 12 volt outlet. We do a lot of paddle boarding, so having multiple 12 volt outlets, a little cigarette lighter is handy. So we can pump up the paddle boards with 2 pumps. Let me just show you the electrical real quick. All right, so I just moved the boxes here so you can show you the electrical. Little access panel here, and this is one of the 100 amp lithium phosphate batteries. You can see they're all wired with fuses. We've got 50 amps wired in for several different ways. This charges off of both the truck and solar, and same battery here. A little harder to get access to it with one hand, but that charges off the solar and the truck with a battery isolator. So I just slid that back. I generally carry these extra 10 gallons of water, partially because I can, we have the space, and partially because I prefer drinking out of those. You can drink out of the sink water. It is set for that, potable, but I have a little pump that goes in here. Fits perfectly. This works good for drinking water. And these are also set to be able to refill with gravity right here. So in the gas cap, I have it isolated. That is a refill for water, and actually I have a pump or a funnel inside to make it easier and to prevent it from having any cross-contamination with the gasoline. While I'm here, let me just slide underneath, I guess, and show you where the water is. There's a section in the Silverados. You can see it's dirty right there, that white tank. That is where, if this was a diesel, there would be a DEF tank. And instead I've mounted a 10 gallon water tank and plumbed it to the back. The pump is underneath, or is a part of the right where the spare tire is. It's right where you have to wind down the spare tire to get access to it. All kinds of clever little handles built in throughout. Things for like holding the shoe bag, things for being able to grab onto and kind of lean up and get up in there. Now let me go back to the gas and show you how the gas works. All right, so I pulled the drawer back out to show you how the gas works. It works just like the water, where it's got a quick disconnect. I run the line right here and actually run it under and then up, and then you don't even see that it's there. And there's a quick disconnect right here. That's part of this. And I keep that propane tank in here. I forget what size that is, but whatever that is, it'll go with the truck. Got a regulator on it. Adjust the pressure, and then this side has a quick disconnect as well. And then this is mounted. You can see there's a mount here. You can't really see what it's mounted in, but it's mounted solid in there with a propane mount. And then I just run that propane line, kind of fits perfectly along the side here. One thing I should have pointed out is you do have the volts displayed here, and you also have a Bluetooth app that shows you the volts of both batteries. Now let me show you the top and the other pieces I am sure going to remember here in just a second. All right, so the same ladder that you can use for the rooftop also has space right here, where it kind of locks in so that you can access the top rack. So this is a front runner rack mounted in, and it's customized so that it fits with this rooftop tent. We have the 200 watts of solar up top, and then the max tracks as well. And I do have a cargo bag that fits up here pretty well. And now let me pop out the top. All right, so there's all kinds of things that I've done to make everyone's life easier. This, for example, used to swing out, but then that doesn't allow you to get the 270 awning as tight. So I've modified this so you actually just kind of unscrew these, it's the exact same functionality, but now you can take that off so you can actually get it tighter. And then I just left it right here. And then we can just undo the awning here. The top itself, extremely easy. Just these two. And then get a little bit of air in there, and off it goes. I'm 6'3". I fit in there. Wouldn't say that I can go like full on extended fit, but I definitely do fit in there as a tall person. And then we've added a like a backpacking style air mat that you would use for like inflatable to kind of double the, I think it's almost 2 inches it adds to the mattress, which I think is a 2-inch mattress. Maybe it's 3-inch. It's a really low profile tent. We've had 3 different tents on here, and I like this low profile, but there's trade-offs to all of the things. All right, now I have opened up the tent. I guess for the glory shots, I probably should put the rain fly out and straight, but I'm gonna just show you the tent itself. Got room in here. I've actually found this to be the roomiest tent I've had, and I've had the ones that go straight up, had the clamshell, but this particular height right here, you don't need it down there because that's where your feet are, actually has been the roomiest. And I mentioned we have these inflatables here. These are super easy to inflate. We kept them underneath and they would deflate quick so that you can keep it like that. I've also modified the mattress and cut it in half. So when I'm solo camping, I literally just grab the mattress, fold it up so that it's double thick. This is great for storage. It has a rain flap, and the poles, I'm sure, are under here somewhere. Yeah, they're right there on the end. So the rain flap keeps that rain out, and this keeps nice and tight, so when it does rain, that rain flap kind of goes over the top, and along with the this keeps the rain out of the kitchen. It's not perfect, but it does a real good job. So we've got the lights on. You get a lot of shade, which is what we use it for more than water in the system. And on non-rainy days, it works great for the shade, and then rainy days it works great for the rain as well. We have replaced this once, and there's probably there's actually I don't think there's any issues at all with it at this point. But yeah, the poles for it, so on windy days are right in here, and they're easy to set up. These ammo cans will go with it. We use those for storing stuff you would use. There's one in there called stakes, and stakes are good for staking this one down. We also use the ammo cans as stools. So my wife's 5'1". Depending on where you're camping, sometimes when the kitchen pulls out, it's an uncomfortable height for her. So I'll just line those up, and they're more sturdy than a stool. I do have a built-in stool right here too, a little step stool. I think that might wrap this up. The rest will be in the description.